Welcome to the milk bar. 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 Welcome to the milk bar.
Welcome along to episode 547 of the Milk Bar. Jason Forrest here with you as ever. And coming up on the show, we'll have the Facebook Live audio from the Grand Theatre's Panto Day Facebook Live with Julie Payton and Ian Adams. It is a year of magic. We caught up with Julie about her role as Fairy Bo Bells in Dick Whittington. Also, we'll be finding out more about the sensational 60s experience, which is on at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre in February. We'll be having a chat with the Trem's Joe Gillingham. He'll be on the line to let us know more about what's happening there. We'll be nattering with Prebendary David Wright about the forthcoming Christmas services taking place at St Peter's Collegiate Church in the heart of Wolverhampton city centre. And also, we'll be talking to Stormzy's photographer about how to get the best pics over Christmas, whether you're at home or on holiday. That's all coming up. But first of all, Dark Tales of Winter runs from the 19th through to the 21st of December here at the Arena Theatre. Directing is Neil Redding, and he's got two one-person shows sitting next to us as well. Neil, explain more.
Yes, so for Christmas, ghost stories seem traditional. So what we're presenting...
Victorians love that sort of stuff.
Exactly. So what we're presenting is two Victorian ghost stories, two solo shows, a single performer in each half, one story in the first half, one story in the second half. A lovely evening of spookiness around the fire. And
we have some performers sat next to a fire at the moment. Which is that a Victorian fire down there? Is it a real Victorian one with Victorian electricity?
Yeah, it's our favourite prop so far from the design. We've been really lucky to get hold of it. Dimplex have given it to us, and it looks fantastic. So yeah, we're very proud of it.
But more
so, our actors.
Okay, let's introduce them then.
So Kirsty Mealing, who is playing Charlotte Riddle in the story The Open Door, which is a new adaptation of a story which isn't really known very much. Charlotte Riddle was a contemporary of Charles Dickens and was writing at the same time. This is a brand new adaptation. And Ed Spence, who is playing Charles Dickens in The Signalman.
Is that an authentic Charles Dickens beard you have there at the moment as well?
Well, I need to grow it out for at least 5 more years. But
between now and the start of the show, that might be difficult.
I'll be fine. Extensions.
Okay. Glue. That'll do it. Right, okay. Let's start with you first of all.
Hello.
Hello. Right, tell us a bit about your play.
So it is... it's surrounded by she's like this fairly forward-thinking lesbian woman in the Victorian era, and she's been tasked with closing this door that will keep coming open mysteriously in this old kind of empty house. It's a bit kind of Woman in Black-ish in that era, like in that sort of thing where it's just she's alone and there's this thing, and she's like, no, don't believe in ghosts, not at all, no. But the door keeps opening and I don't know why.
This is going to petrify the audience and probably you whilst you're telling the tale, isn't it?
Yes, remembering my lines will definitely do that.
But, are you one who enjoys the tradition of ghost stories at Christmas?
I love a ghost story. Really love it. It's just, I think something about it being cold, like kind of the group storytelling and sitting around the fire and going, well, I'm going to one-up you with this story. Well, actually, I'm going to one-up you with this story. Have you heard this one? So yeah, it's this... Oh, it's just... There's a nice chill in both kind of senses, I think, to the story.
And are you pre- or post-interval?
I'm pre-interval.
So you're really going to get everyone on the edge of their seats to start off with?
Yes, absolutely. 10 out of 10, that'll be me.
This could improve drink sales during the interval, but obviously be sensible, be safe. Remember, if you're driving, don't get too tipsy. However scared you are from Act 1. In Act 2, so Charles Dickens is going to be around, so we got from a tale from one of his contemporaries to him telling a tale himself.
Yes, so it's a lot of it is born out of a real accident that he was in involving a train in Staplehurst, where the train went off the line and down into the river off bridge. And from then on, he was quite understandably wary around steam engines generally. But the play and the short story it's based off, The Signalman, is essentially framed around a conversation he has with someone in a signal box whose job it is to basically make sure the line is clear for trains passing through this particular tunnel he's stationed at. And as they talk, it becomes more apparent that there is something, whether real or imagined, haunting the signalman. And there are ambiguities at play, which are fun to explore.
And a few twists.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is part of the genre, isn't it? It's got to be something that's rather surprising. And setting that scene in any intimate space really works well. And, that's where it's going to really shine in the arena, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. Our auditorium seats 150 people, so to really get everybody in a black box, put them in the dark, and we're doing a lot of work with lighting and sound and other mysteries to try and kind of really give this sense of creepiness. Both of them are set in darkened places, an abandoned house and a railway siding. Light is not something that is in sort of abundance in either of these locations. So absolutely bringing people in and just giving them a bit of a thrill just ahead of the Christmas break. It seems to be just really appropriate, and we're having loads of fun in the rehearsal room putting it together. And we hope we can put a little tingle up the spine of our audience, if nothing else.
Christmas tingle.
Yeah, and scare the hell out of them as well. Which it should be good fun. It sounds like it's a really nice way of doing Christmas. It's wonderful to get yourself down here to the Arena for. arena.wlv.ac.uk is the website to get your tickets. 01902 321 321, the box office number. Get yourself booked in, get yourself down here, and have a brilliant, scary pre-Christmas treat down at the Arena. Break a leg, guys.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you don't see too many real ghosts during the whole festive period. I think somebody might enjoy it. Yeah. But have a great time, and we're very much looking forward to getting along to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you.
In a moment's time, we'll have a chat with Megan Lee, but before we do, let's have a listen to Wintertime Thing, the title track from her current Christmas EP.
Bells chiming from cathedral spires. Hey, December, you're in full swing. I'm making lists, I'm lighting fires. It's a wintertime thing. Mince pies and some old wine, maybe. Turn on the radio and wait for Bing. Wait for Ella singing Santa Baby. It's a wintertime thing. There's no other time of year to make you feel this way. Just breathing in the atmosphere, waiting for that special day. Is it too early for the decorations? Second guessing what the main man might bring. There's no need for explanations. It's a wintertime thing. So if you really wanna say I love you, don't fight it, lift your heart and sing. Maybe she will say it straight back to you. It's a wintertime thing. Maybe she will say it straight back to you. 'Cause it's a wintertime thing. It's a wintertime thing. It's a wintertime thing. It's a wintertime thing.
That's Megan Lee with Wintertime Thing. And she joins me on the line now to tell me all about the track. Hello.
Hello there.
How are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And by the sound of things, you're pretty much ready for a really cool Christmas.
I am indeed. It's just been so exciting that everybody's loving my song, and it's all been going really, really well. And yeah, I'm just so chuffed and thrilled. So yeah, thank you very much.
Well, no problem at all. But it's a really good sound. Now, people will know you potentially from when you attended the best-known school in the UK in the shape of Grange Hill in your acting career, but you've done the West End and stuff as well. So you've been all over. So this is a bit of a change to how we might have anticipated you sounding on record.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, when I was younger, I was absolutely in love with theatre school. I was classically trained and did the shows and all that sort of stuff. And then I worked abroad, and then when I came back, I sort of decided that I've always had a love for jazz music, and I just decided I didn't want to, be living abroad and doing the shows anymore. I really wanted to sort of turn my dreams and passions into my sort of singer-songwriting career, and with my love of jazz. And so I came home and I was like, I'm going to start gigging, and I started making music, which is what I did. And then a couple of years ago, I met my producer Nigel Sonia, and we started to collaborate and make music together. And then literally within the space of 2 years, we've not even 2 years really, we've done our first album, which was Meet Me, and then my second, which has obviously just been my Christmas EP now. So it's just been so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, 3 festive tracks. I mean, that is more than some acts produce an entire lifetime, let alone in the space of 1 EP. So that's pretty good going. But I mean, such a great feel to the music. Having loved something like Charlie Brown Christmas with its whole jazz vibe and the festive sound there, I mean, it's all sort of brought my childhood back to me listening to the track as well. So, it's got a great feel to it.
Oh, that's lovely. That's definitely what I intended. I wanted it to be a classy, timeless Christmas song that sort of would fit into, all genres. So something that will be just played for forever and ever, hopefully. So, and it's just so nice that everybody's loving it. I just feel sort of over the moon and really overwhelmed by everybody's response. I'm just so chuffed.
It's sounding really good to me, loving every moment of it. And it's going to be, I think, one of those things that you'll be able to share with your family as you head through time as well. I mean, because Christmas is such a special time for families, but even better when they will have an EP of songs you've produced that everybody else is listening to too.
I know, yeah, it's really lovely actually. I've never really thought of it like that, but yeah, I suppose you're right. It's nice for all my family and friends to share the Christmas song, and hopefully that if it gets more and more popular, knowing that it's personal to them, and the reason why I wrote it was based upon my own Christmas experiences, and when I was younger, Christmas was always so magical, and Mum and Dad took us to Lapland in search of Father Christmas, and I'll never forget that. It was just amazing. So yeah, Christmas has always been really, really magical. Whereas my mum and dad now, they're a little bit bar humbug. So write a Christmas song for them. I'm like, come on, guys, get in the spirit. So my line of, is it too early for the decorations? My mum would always say, yes, it's always too early for the decorations. So obviously we have a laugh about that. But you're right.
You need to take them back to Lapland. That's what it is. Get them back over there and meet Santa again.
I know. Oh, if you've got children, then it's something that I would definitely recommend to do. It was so amazing. I think I was about 7 when I went. I've never forgotten it. Hopefully I'll have my own children one day, and I'll definitely take them.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it was amazing.
So what else can we expect musically from you? I mean, we've got a whole new year ahead of us in just a few days' time. So 2020, what's the plan?
I know, 2019's absolutely flown by. So in January, beginning of January, I'm back in the studio. I've already got some bits and bobs recorded from when I was in the studios over the summer. So we didn't just record Christmas songs over the summer because it would have felt really, really weird. So we put a few other tracks down as well. So when we get back into the studio in January, I'll be working on those again with, fresh minds and, a sort of new take in 2020. And then hopefully, in January we'll be releasing another album. So, there's lots to come. It's really, really exciting. And hopefully just keep everybody in the loop with my music. And yeah, just keep sharing. And I'm just feel very, very lucky that Wintertime Sing has been so well received. So hopefully it's going to be a really great platform for me going forward as well. So yeah, and it's sort of, set me up as an artist, and that, the sort of the type of singer and writer that I am, and knowing that everybody loves that is just so nice. Just really, really chuffed.
Well, we're looking out for more music. Where, though, can we get hold of this particular EP?
It's on all streaming devices, so iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, all of those, Amazon Music. I think even if you ask Alexa nicely, she'll play it for you.
It's one of those times she behaves. Excellent.
Oh, yeah, only sometimes. So, and then obviously you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, which is at Megan Lee Singer.
Okay, Megan Lee Singer is who we're looking out for. Megan, lovely to speak to you. Have an absolutely fantastic Christmas, and we look forward to hearing more from you in 2020.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's time for some more festive tunes now here on the Milk Bar. This time it is River by Jodie Quinn.
Cutting down trees, putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Made my baby cry. He tried hard to help me, he put me at ease. He loved me so not, he made me weak in the knees. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I'm so hard to handle, I'm selfish, I'm sad. Now I'm gonna lost the best baby that I ever had. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Made my baby say goodbye. It's coming on Christmas, cutting down trees, putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on.
That's River from Jodie Quinn. You can find out more about her at Jodie Quinn, QUINE.com. With just over a week to go until Christmas, it's rather busy down here at St Peter's in the heart of Wolverhampton city centre. Premier David Wright is the man who is looking after many of those services and is with me now. Hello, sir.
Good evening, good to have you with us.
It's good to have a bit of a chat. We like to catch up this time of year.
Yeah, always nice to have a talk and always great to welcome you here to St Peter's.
And a busy church as ever, and some great services that people are going to not only get the spiritual needs, but also the family get-together needs they have at this time of year.
Yeah, we've got some new things happening this year. This coming Thursday, we've got a concert by a group called The Telling. They're medieval carol specialists. They're doing a workshop earlier in the evening, I think at 6 o'clock, and then at 7:30 there's a concert of medieval carols by candlelight with a really excellent musical group. So that's Thursday coming up. Then the weekend is our real big weekend, not just because it's 9 lessons and carols, though it is, but because we are rededicating our organ. We've had our 1860 Father Willis organ completely rebuilt, the pipes at the front of the organ completely renovated, and Sunday the 22nd at 6:30 in our 9 lessons and carols is the time when the Bishop of Wolverhampton is with us to rededicate the organ, and it'll be the first time we've heard the pipe organ for about 18 months, so we're all really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know the funds for that one have taken quite a while to get together, and obviously it is a big part of the church, and having the organ sounding once more resplendent, is it going to sound even better than it did before?
Absolutely, because before there were bits that were broken, bits that weren't working properly, and it's now restored to its 1860 original splendour and a bit better because 1 or 2 bits have been added with the wonders of modern technology, so it'll now make sounds it never did before.
And I suppose in the 1800s it probably wasn't electrified back then either, was it?
No, I mean the original one was sort of fairly clunky and all manual linkages, but the one that we had restored, that was 1970s electronics, so it's way out of date, and bits were failing, and all the moving parts in the organ, there's still thousands of moving parts in an organ, they were all just past their best. The wood was warped, the leather was perishing, so now everything should be absolutely tip-top.
So people can sing as loud as they like with the Christmas carols. They won't drown out the organ, they'll still enjoy hearing it in the background.
Yep, and we picked a programme of music, hymns and carols and choir items that really show the organ off in all its glory. So the organ will be playing and people can sing along. Lots of familiar stuff and some really good stuff going on. And however loud the congregation sing, the organ will beat them.
So that takes us through the 22nd, but that's a few days to go till Christmas. When's the next service?
Then Monday the 23rd, it's quite a quiet day, so not much happening on the 23rd. Then on Christmas Eve at 4 o'clock we have our Children's Nativity service with Chris Ingalls, a lovely, lovely service for small people and for their parents and carers. And then at 11:30 we have Midnight Mass by candlelight, and that takes us into Christmas Day in the most special way possible. And then on Christmas Day itself at 8 o'clock we've got a said quiet Eucharist, and 11:15 we have a choral Eucharist with the Bishop of Wolverhampton back again to preach for us.
So again, another busy Christmas in the church, and a coming together of people from across the city, and it's a great time to come and visit if you don't normally come to St Peter's but you want to see the glorious surroundings and enjoy what is an absolutely beautiful church, as well as having a great time singing and praising the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a bit of a problem this year in that the Christmas markets are in the city centre, so the road access to the church is being blocked off, unfortunately, and that means that our disabled visitors will struggle to get here easily because the disabled parking right outside the church has been taken off us. But we do have a team of wheelchair volunteers, and disabled people can be dropped off in Wolfruna Street, and we will meet them with a wheelchair and chauffeur drive them into the church, provided they give us notice first. They can ring the parish office on 422 642. That's 422 642. They can arrange that, and we will meet them in Wolfruna Street, wheel them round, and of course wheel them back afterwards.
So ensuring we have an accessible Christmas in St Peter's in the heart of Wolverhampton. Well, all I can do now is probably wish you a very Merry Christmas, and look forward to a fantastic 2020 with more going on in the church throughout the year.
And a Merry Christmas to you and to all the listeners. It's good to welcome you here, and we look forward to seeing lots of you with us over the Christmas period. You're always welcome.
Todd Mosby brings us his festive offering now. This is O Tannenbaum. O Tenenbaum from Todd Mosby. You can find out more about him, toddmosby.band online. Over 2/3 of millennials post more photos when on holiday, and like crazy, with over half, 60%, checking for likes within 1 minute of putting their snaps online. This is what we're told by Vibe, by Jet2 Holidays. Holiday snaps are vitally important, but so are pictures around our world, whatever we seem to be doing. Caleb Dennis is Stormzy's personal photographer. He's on the line there to tell us more about how to take a good pic. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm very well. How do we find you?
I'm very, very, very good.
Now, a lot of people take some awful holiday photos, but if you're sticking it on Insta, you want something that's going to look good. And when you're working with a camera phone rather than SLR, it can sometimes be tricky to get a good pic.
Yeah, it can, but nowadays we have a lot of good smartphone cameras, so you could even get a smartphone that can literally get the perfect image in a couple of ticks.
So it's emulating what you would do through a rather more expensive lens. But you have spent years honing your craft. I mean, you at 15, you dropped out of what you were doing and got on with turning yourself into a photographer who really knows how to make someone look fantastic.
Yeah, so I always had it as a passion throughout school. I started doing it full time, made a lot of relationships on the way, and just fully kept doing it for the love, and here we are.
Yeah, I mean, you've got loads of celebrity clients. Stormzy is one of them. I mean, these people love your work, but what is it that can make a good picture? How do you take a scene and turn it into a fantastic photo?
The main thing for me is framing and lighting. So, for example, if we've gone to Paris now, let's say I've gone to Paris with my missus or something. Personally, if I want people to know I'm in Paris, what I would do, I would have us stand to the corners of the frame, and I would have the center of Eiffel Tower probably at the top of the frame, so we can see exactly where we are. Showing where you are is a key factor as well, along with also having lighting.
Yeah, because people will very often take a photo, the picture of the person is 75% of the snap, and you can't even really tell where they've gone to.
Exactly. Personally, I like to make the scenery 50% at least.
Mm-hmm. So you're getting a good photo, you're getting a good snap. But when we think about what we're doing over Christmas, it may not be we're heading off to Ibiza to get a bit of summer sun. When we're actually trying to get some photos as part of family gatherings or out with your mates. Again, if we're looking at the Insta audience, it is maybe a different type of pic to one that you're going to show and print out and stick on the mantelpiece.
Yeah. So the main thing for that, personally, I would say whoever's taking the picture, they need to capture the vibe. So if everyone's having a good time partying or even around the Christmas table, just make sure the flash is on, or make sure you have good lighting in the house, and make sure the pictures are a variation of angles, so you can have a few factors to pick from.
And when it comes to filters, do you enjoy a good filter, or do you rather show your work off through the picture itself?
I do love a good black and white filter or a good little film filter, but sometimes I do keep it clean and just keep it how it is. I might touch it up a little bit, but majority of the time, yeah, I'll just probably keep it clean.
But we can do that all with the apps on our phone as well, so you can actually do all this sort of stuff on the go. And again, this is what we can do when we are away on holiday. We've booked ourselves some time away in January with Jet2. Then we can actually make sure that everything looks spot on before we share it.
Sick. Whereabouts are you going with Jet2?
Oh, no, I need to be heading off to Portugal. I haven't got it booked yet, but I think I should be doing that, don't you?
Yeah. I might go Ibiza with Jet2, actually. Yeah, I might head off to Ibiza.
A little bit of a change in the early part of the year. But I suppose, you can class it as work as well, because you will no doubt have some clients or have something you can work on wherever you are in the world.
I hope so. I hope I can.
That's the plan. Okay, so final top tips. What would you say to us to make sure we're getting the most out of our photos when we're on holiday? What is the real big thing for you on top of that framing?
On top of framing is lighting. Lighting is a key factor. We need to make sure that your lighting is 10 out of 10. We need to see the person's face. We need to make sure we see everything clearly and everything is nice and vibrant. Having a dark image can make or break your photo.
I suppose if you've got your phone as well, maybe nick their camera phone, stick the light on, get an interesting angle with one hand whilst taking a snap on the timer on the other.
Exactly, yeah, that could work.
There's a few cunning ways around getting the best photo.
I like that, actually. That was actually a smart one. That was a good one.
We'll give it a go. We'll give it a try. Where can we go to find out more about your work?
You can head over to my Instagram, or you can even type my name in YouTube and you can see a playlist of all my favourite stuff.
Okay, we'll look out for that there. And Vibe from Jet2 Holidays, they're making sure we get in the break that we need as we go through some of the chilliest parts of the year and beyond. Where can we go to find out more from them?
You can head over to the Jet2 Holidays website and you can just search Vibe.
So look for that on there, and they look after the whole package so you can enjoy taking your photos, sharing it, and making your friends slightly jealous with Insta.
Exactly. I found that loads of people post more as well to make their friends jealous.
Well, as long as they're getting the likes, the friends don't mind too much, and we can tell from that, can't we?
Exactly.
Caleb Dennis, personal photographer to Stormzy, urban music video director too. We're looking forward to seeing more of your work. Have a fantastic Christmas, and we're looking for some good pics from around the dinner table.
Thank you. You too. I want to see some as well from you.
Christmas tune for you now from Rich Kruger. This is Kenny's It's Always Christmas Time in This Bar.
It's always Christmas in this bar, and it's always St. Pat's and also Halloween. Nothing here's ever thrown away. Here real art always has its say. Kenny hangs a brand new work just about every 30 days. Look around, it's the 4th of July. It's always Christmas in this bar. At the bar, regular proves once more he's just a xenophobic jerk. The piano is always out of tune, but just the keys that work. The sound man drinks the night away. This mix might lead you to say that you have entered hell, but on hell's most festive holiday. Oh, and it ain't only the piano that's been drinking. I tip my hat to Kenny, that is if I can only find my hat. And there's a ringo built of stars that hovers proudly over the bar. And someone's playing that house guitar. It's always Christmas in this bar. Johnny's back from his last bender. He's mixing cocktails behind the bar. He wears silver rings and he's put on a broad-brimmed smile. He's got a brand new turquoise bolo tie. For every woman he's got a line. There'll be one more bender, but he won't return that time. Outside on the corner, the young and old share their papers, their pipes, and their pot. Some still smoke tobacco, the weed says louder, up yours to the cops. One late night, some guy drove a drunken car through the front wall, right into the bar. Thank God the feet's up and left, for some of us might just starve. Sunday meal. All you need to do is say one prayer and buy yourself a couple beers. Yeah, I always tip the cook if I find he's still standing. And I'm proud to say I ain't never thrown up after eating here. There's somewhere on the earth there may be a bar I find stranger. And the sound man and some women are real glad Johnny's gone. But a stranger's just a stranger here for less than one half a beer. And the only fear we gotta fear is when last calls call. And it ain't only the piano that's been drinking. Tell me, where else have you seen people juggle people with their feet? And Picasso and George Birdshaw hold court over Kenny's lovely bar. And it's my turn to play guitar. It's always Christmas in this bar.
RichKruger.com, Krueger is a spelling on his surname. If you want to find out more about him and his music with that fantastic tune there, though, Kenny's It's Always Christmas Time in This Bar. The Trems are part of the lineup for the sensational Sixes experience at Wolverhampton's Grand Theatre on the 23rd of February. I'm joined now by Joe Judingham, one of the members of the group. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing absolutely fine, thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Just like the football team at Wolves.
Oh, no, it's going amazingly well. And I suppose when you're visiting all sorts of different places, you're checking out what's going on in the city before you get there.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And,
but they are doing remarkably well.
It's fantastic news. Now,
yeah.
You've had 31 years with the Tremolos, and
yes,
now,
I did.
Now it's the Trems. Tell us about how you appeared in the timescale of the band, because there's been so much stuff over so many decades.
Yeah, well, I met Alan Blakely, who's the rhythm guitarist, and we used to work in the studio together prior and wrote songs together prior to me becoming into the band, when the band were off the road for a while and they reformed and invited me to join them, which is what I did. So that was, it was 33 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, time flies, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
When you're having fun, as they say.
Well, certainly, yeah. And I mean, how does it work with the Trems then? At what point did you decide to get this group together?
Well, Dave Munden and Len Hawkes and Brian Paul decided to do a tour on their own. So we were left a bit in the lurch, but as we'd all been in the band at some point, and we wanted to continue, we decided to keep it going, really. Hence the band, the Trems.
Now, when it comes to choosing the songs, then there is a lot of things to choose. And do each of you have favourites from your time in the band that you kind of pull together for this?
Sort of, yeah. My favourite has always been "Even the Bad Times Are Good." You know, I've always loved that song. So yeah, we do as much as possible in the time allotted us, and it's all good time stuff, you know. So yeah, looking forward to doing it again.
Well, it should be an amazing gig, and when it comes to the material, obviously the Tremolos were often covering work by the likes of Lennon and McCartney too. So there's a lot of great things which will fit in very much with the sound of the band when you bring it to the stage as part of this show.
Yes, yeah. Well, from that era, the 60s, if you like, there were so many fantastic songs. The songbook is huge, you know. I mean, you get that with all the other bands on the bill. I like Mike Pender with the Searchers songs, Fortunes, and the Dakotas, and the Swinging Blue Jeans. So there's a great list of songs there.
And what is it you enjoy performing most? Because I suppose in your 31 years with the band, I mean, the whole keys sound changed itself, and the way you could produce different noises and the like. So it sort of must have evolved in some way.
Well, a little bit, but we try and keep it as authentic as it was, if you like. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's still just a band playing and singing.
And have you got a favourite from both yourselves and maybe one of the other bands who are on the bill?
A favourite, yeah. Well, as I said before, there's so many good songs. I enjoy all different songs from the different bands. You know, I can't really. To me, it's always been, if it's a really good tune, I love it. Simple as that. Whether it be classical, pop, whatever, opera. If it's a good tune, I love it. Yeah.
And with the kind of show that it is, you must get so much love and adoration coming from the audience for the music that is being performed, because it means so much to so many people.
Yeah, well, it's great. I mean, all the people that come are generally of the age group that grew up with it. So, yeah, it's great. It's really good. It's like party time, if you like, for us. Yeah, fantastic.
And with all the music you've done over the years, I mean, how did your career sort of have evolved? Because you've been in a number of different bands, released an awful lot of stuff, and a lot of this from the 80s onwards is available on iTunes, isn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I was born in Bournemouth and then started in bands, as you do, moved up to London, and then did loads of session work and backed various people way back, like Billy Fury was one, all sorts, you know, and even Guy Mitchell when he came over. But yeah, and I said, then studio work became quite a big part of the life, really. Yeah, I spent ages in the studio, burning up the hours, so to speak.
And paying the bills whilst performing some fantastic music.
Yes, oh, thank you. Yeah.
So, if we want to find out more about the Trems, what can we do there? There is
a website you can visit, thetrems.com. Yeah,
check that one out. But most importantly, we want to get yourself along to the Grand Theatre's website, grandtheatre.co.uk. It's the 10th anniversary tour of the Sensational 60s Experience. 01902 429212 is the box office number. You can book your tickets and sort of travel back in time, listen to the music. You've got people who were there bringing it to the stage. You maybe not have been in the band at that original point, but certainly you've lived through all of that music, and
absolutely,
with more than 30 years experience as well as part of the Tremolos, you really know how to perform it in true original style.
Absolutely, yeah. We looking forward to it, yeah.
It should be great stuff.
Okay.
Joe Gillingham, thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, have a good day.
Time for one final festive tune for you now. This is Christmas Wish by Tina Marie Springham.
Season for two, I got something for you. It'll last us the whole year through. So check your list, do it twice. Am I naughty? Am I nice? Just close your eyes. I got something for you. It'll last us the whole year through. What I give's what I want from you. 'Cause I've been good all year, so maybe forget all of the gifts you've been saving. I'll really be happy this year. I know this might seem a little bit crazy. I'm not looking for diamonds, my baby. You're the only thing on my list, a Christmas wish. In a winter wonderland, starry nights, holding hands, candy canes kiss. It's holiday bliss with mistletoe I can't miss. Here together, winter night, fireplace, Christmas lights. I've set the mood. Ain't there something that you've been wishing for all year too? What I give's what I want from you. 'Cause I've been good all year, so maybe forget all of the gifts you've been saving. I'll really be happy this year. I know this might seem a little bit crazy. I'm not looking for diamonds, my baby. You're the only thing on my list, a Christmas wish. I've been good all year, so maybe forget all of the gifts you've been saving. I'll really be happy this year. I know this might seem a little bit crazy. I'm not looking for diamonds, my baby. You're the only thing on my list. I've been good all year, so maybe forget all of the gifts you've been saving. I'll really be happy this year. I know this might seem a little bit crazy. I'm not looking for diamonds, my baby. You're the only thing on my list, a Christmas wish. I've been good all year, so maybe.
Tina Marie Springham with Christmas Wish here on the Milk Bar. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Julie Payton's dressing room, because it is Facebook Live for Panto Day. It's traditional now, it seems, that whenever Panto Day is coming along, they look to see what Julie Payton's doing and make sure that she is the feature of the year. And she 100% deserves to be. Julie Payton and also Ian Adams with me. Hello.
Hello, Jason. How are you?
All good, and good to see you down here. And it's lovely to have you both back here at the Grand for another fantastic season of Panto. And I've been to the press night. I already know it's an absolute joy to watch. It's a brilliantly traditional Panto, a great telling of the wonderful story of Dick Whittington, and Fairy Bow Bells.
I absolutely love playing her. I have to say, I said to Ian, when he said to me to do the fairy, I thought, oh, I did Baddie last year, and that was so great. It was so meaty, you know. And actually, I love it, because I feel like it's an honour, because I'm sort of giving magic to the children. it really makes me feel so fantastic. I can't tell you. I'm so surprised. I didn't expect to feel like that about it. But in my head, I could see the children and think, oh, I'm making them believe in fairies. I know it's stupid. No puns.
Okay. But, it's and you are Sarah the Cook this year.
I am Sarah the Cook this year, yeah. Mumsy again, but we like Mumsy. So no.
And some of your outfits, I mean, they don't quite upstage, Julie. It's not possible. But
no.
You've got some of that
figure.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff, though.
There's some lovely stuff, yeah.
And do you mind is it wrong for me to say, there's one moment, the blue wig, do you think you look like anyone in particular?
Yes.
Well, can I mention my pussy?
Oh, yes. Yeah, exactly. If you'd have said that, Molly Sugden, absolute spitting image of Molly Sugden.
Do you know, it's really funny, but I mean, she was one of my comedy heroes, and I put that wig on the first time, and I thought, no, I want to be blonde all the way through. But the minute I put that on, I thought, how can you not? Do you know what I mean? It's Molly Sugden, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just part of the magic of Panto, and it's been absolutely great. But I mean, we are talking about Panto magic, and as Fairy, you get to do some amazing stuff to keep everything on track.
I do, and I love it, you know, and when I sort of, the flash comes, you know, the pyro, and I come on each time to do whatever spell I'm going to do, you can just almost feel the tension in the audience of what you're going to do now. What you're going to do next, you know. It's really sweet. And then when I conjure up the cat, I love conjuring up the cat because that's just so good. And he's lovely, isn't he? As Jordan as the cat. So it's a really nice feeling to go, oh, here we go.
And I think it's a telling of the story, which actually I think sticks to the real story, because very often Dick Whittington seemed to go off all over the place. And for the first time this year, I finally understand why they were going to Morocco in the first place.
I know. Must have been a good writer.
Not everybody agrees with me, but I think the most important thing is the story. You can put anything onto it, but you've got to tell a story. And the children have got to follow something. You know, there's got to be a beginning, a middle, and an end. And there's got to be a reason for everything to happen. I know somebody said, well, I never understood why Dick goes to Morocco. Well, he's going to prove his innocence. You know, so that's the whole point, you know. But I just think it's so important to get the story right. And when I said to Julie about the fairy and all that, I said, listen, this is the brief. Just remember Anna Neagle at the Palladium. She was the most regal fairy I've ever seen. She was getting on a bit then, sort of thing, but she was absolutely beautiful and mesmeric. And I said, we've got to have a magical fairy that those little girls all want to be. And the song sheet is proving it, because, like, who's your favourite? Tinkerbell. I mean, Sue says Tinkerbell once, and she said Tinkerbell, and it's always the fairy, because the little girls love a fairy. So you know, in my mind, you can't go for laughs. You've got to play it straight and play it magical.
And that magic is certainly there. And I say, you mentioned the cats. I love giving the cat his voice. And obviously, it would be a really weird panto if the cat couldn't talk. So you know, it's essential.
But not always. Generally, the cat doesn't talk. It's just like a dancer, really, isn't it? So they don't really talk. But when Jordan was cast, I knew, because he's a very funny actor and he's a very inventive actor. And I thought, there's no way that we can't have his voice and his talent, you know. So that's how that evolved, really.
And he must be melting in cat costume.
Oh, he is.
He is.
More than I am, which is good for once.
His makeup is like sliding all the time.
But he's a real trooper, Jordan. He's brilliant.
So, well, this is a Facebook Live, but we can take questions, so that is allowed. But we'll see if you want to come through. I've got the screen here with me so we can follow what's going on. But I mean, the whole thing about it being the magic this year, and I think that is, you know, the magic of Panto is what everyone describes. And I have to admit, you two guys have also been showing the magic of the Memory Cafe down here at the Grand as well. And if you look at our Facebook timeline feed, you can see Julie performing a little bit earlier on down in the auditorium. And you've both been involved all year. We know it's been fortunately renewed for another year, so you guys will be back throughout. But we've joked in the past, it's a home theatre. This theatre is a home for you because you are here so regularly, and you must both have a great time with the Memory Cafe, and it's part of that magic of theatre that brings this to life.
It's very moving because at the end of the day, you know, there are a lot of them with issues, you know, either dementia or memory loss, and they can be old or young. And they often will come with either a partner or a carer. Well, for us, we feel it's as much for the partner and the carer as it is for
it's
the person.
Half an hour's respite.
Absolutely.
Between breaks.
And then but the most effective thing is for us, that really affects us, is the actual people with it, the way they react to us. It's just
like walking in there.
Yeah, no, they're just so happy to see us.
It's quite emotional, isn't it? Because they've almost become friends because they're regulars. You know, I mean, you know, I don't think there's one person in there I didn't know when I walked in.
Absolutely.
And I can't tell you.
I think we've got
it's just been amazing.
40 of them in today, the matinee, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because they're going to do a lunch now, and we're going to go and see them having their lunch upstairs.
But it's been probably one of the most rewarding things, along with the schools.
Yeah, the schools run. Yeah,
schools are fantastic as well.
Yeah, and
both ends of the spectrum.
It's been a very special year this year, hasn't it? On lots of levels, but especially that because it was something that came out of the blue, wasn't it? And we didn't know what to expect, and it's just turned into something.
Yeah, but we're having a wonderful time, and this show is just on a personal level, is a gem for me. I just love it, absolutely love it. I can't wait to put my costume on because I just feel I've got it on, and there, and the script is so brilliant.
And a great cast.
A fantastic
wonderful cast, all of them.
Well, I mean, amazing. We can see your costumes just to the side of the room here from where we're sitting. It's looking fantastic. And, it's in the 120th anniversary year of the theatre as well. And the gala night that was the press night, a little slot from Jimmy Tarbuck in the middle as well. I mean, that must have been great.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know, absolutely brilliant.
Amazing.
But you had a chance to meet up with him, have a bit of a chat. I'm sure you guys have worked with him before, haven't you?
No, we had I had to talk him through how we were going to put him in the show.
Yeah.
Luckily, I only had to sort of change 2 words for the other actors, and that was it. So it slotted in well. But I mean, who would have ever thought Jimmy Tarbuck in Panto again? All right for one night and briefly, but what a gentleman. I mean, it was a delight. I mean, as you know, Jason, I love the variety stuff and all that, and to have on that stage that night, Jeff Holland, Sue Pollard, and Jimmy, wow.
You couldn't ask for more. And I would say Julie Payton and Ian Adams there making that complete set alongside the rest of the team. And everyone's been having a great time with Ryan as well. We can't go without mentioning Mr. Thomas, can we?
He is the loveliest boy.
Ryan.
Isn't he?
He's brilliant.
He's just such a nice person.
What a nice guy.
I can't tell you.
And
positive.
Everything you ask him to do, he does, and he's been brilliant. Yeah, we've loved having him.
Yes, hey, be in the wings just before we go on for that scene when I put him to sleep and then tell him what he's. And he'll go to me, can't wait to get out there with you, Jules. Can't wait to get out there. He's one of them.
He's one of those actors which you always want to work with. Everything's there. It's all coming back to you. You don't always get that, and he's
very warm.
He's a warm actor, and what I loved last night was when.
He
asked Alex to marry him, so in the audience shouted, "Well, I will." She won't.
And he didn't come off script. He just carried on. He didn't even react to it, which I thought was sweet.
Yeah. Sometimes you react to it, other times you don't. Because I know we had a great time at the press night with some brilliant reactions there, and people shared there. But that's all part of the magic. I say it is the magical year of the fairy for Panto down here at the Grand Theatre for Panto Day. Julie is our star in the fairy department, and they're all stars throughout. Absolutely wonderful show. Make sure you come down and see us. Runs right the way through until the 12th of January.
Yes.
01902
429212 is the box office number. grandtheatre.co.uk to get your tickets online. And I've been neglecting Facebook Live, and I tell you, I'm normally pressing these buttons. I can't fix that now. So if you ask a question, we'll try and get you an answer in the comments. But thank you for joining us. Thank you for enjoying the Facebook Live. It is Panto Day. Enjoy the rest of the day. And if you haven't got tickets booked for Panto, make sure you do, because it is a true part of family Christmas, and you can come and be part of the Grand Theatre's Panto family. Julie and Ian, thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
And we look forward to seeing you again with a Facebook Live coming up with the rest of the cast very soon. Well, that's all for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Back with episode 548 next week. I look forward to having you along then, just before all your festivities begin. See you soon. Ta-ra for now.
Goodbye from the milk bar. 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 Yeah. Goodbye from the milk bar. Yeah.